There's a whole slew of colors in that.
Don't see them.
Point them out. I do see like a beige peach.
If it was a bluer sky out today, it would be more apparent because it would reflect in more.
I see a beige peach. I see a little green blue.
Yes, keep going. There's all of those.
What do you mean you can't see colors?
You see in black and white? That's why I thought a white.
I don't see really black.
There's really not a lot of darks. There's not.
That's kind of like an ivory, right? That's not a bright.
Yeah, it's an ivory.
Is that your wedding gown?
Yeah,
Could you post a sign? That's the 8th person who's asked you
I
that.
should.
You know, let
I
me
should
get a
put
piece
a
of
sign.
paper and just, this is my wedding.
Yes, this is my wedding dress.
See, I mean that's a real something.
And what's one of the first colors you're mixing up?
All right, so I'm mixing up like a purpley gray
Exactly.
right
It's
now.
your first color.
My first
And then
color.
also with the beads, purple, you'll have to do accents and stuff.
Yeah, those are going to be more suggested,
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
but yes, they will be there.
But still, to know how and where to suggest them,
Right,
that's another.
we're going to see how it turns out. And no guarantees.
Move over. You want to move over a little bit?
If anyone wants to watch, you'll be soon.
This is a good spot.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I'm like in the corner today. Like, let's make everyone not be able to see anything.
Oh yeah, you'll block. Keep walking.
All right. I'm using a lot of my warm white too. That's made by Gambler. Because this one here showed me warm white and I have it.
It's
See?
called warm white.
It's called warm white.
Wow.
Isn't it fantastic?
Yeah, it's
Is that the, which one? No, oh, it's but you know, is that it out there?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I have one in acrylics.
Buff titanium or buff white.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, there's those.
But that's probably oil, right?
This is oil. They have all the unbleached titanium is another off-white kind of color.
I think I bought them.
So they're all light values I'm mixing, but they're all different colors.
Different accents, colors like green.
Would you tell us what your, because some of us can't see what your.
So what I have here is warm white, which is just yellow and white. This is my really new fantastic color. It's called Radiant Purple. And it's with white and a little bit of green, just to calm it
That real
down.
light color is called radiant purple.
Radiant Purple, yep. This one here that blends in exactly with my palette, I totally just didn't notice it. It is a slew of everything. We have blue, we have brown, we have white, we have red, we have yellow. It's a little more green heavy, but it is a gray.
It came out of two?
No.
Oh.
It's all those colors I just said. Here we have white and a little yellow ochre and a touch of this mixture. And this is my King's Blue with white with
What kind of blue?
King's Blue,
King?
which is
That's
this.
the
King's Blue, the happy blue, with a lot of dirty palette knife on it.
But
So
that's kind of
it's
gives
not
it more
pure.
character.
Yeah,
bit dirty.
I think
Slightly
yeah.
dirty.
Nothing's pure out of the tube, so that's something you have to be mindful of. All right, now I gotta draw this thing. I don't have a pencil, so I just have to wing
Here,
it.
you want a pencil?
Do you have a pencil?
That whole
Oh,
box.
thanks. That's the one thing I
What do
never
you want?
had.
The date should be,
Close your eyes. Whatever this is. Thank you. Saving the day. It is a simple structure, but I am starting. Yes, feel free to come on over. All right, we have our hanger. I like the hanger. These are nice.
This is, I think, a good lesson also if we're going to have drapery in anything we do, you know?
This has to be smaller already. Yes, because I want to do down there too. So I'm going to have to make it fairly small on the page. Let's see. This is my bust. Here would be torso. There's the one piece. We tried to get this thing on that mannequin over there. It wouldn't go on.
Oh, really?
I tried it from above. It wouldn't go over. The waist of this wouldn't go over the shoulders of the mannequin.
It's too tiny.
It's really not though. It's like a size 6.
It looks like a size 0.
Yeah.
It's not. It's because there's a corset. That's why.
Is there any kind of buttons in the back or anything?
It's a corset. The
Tie.
Oh, okay, tie up.
whatever that's called. Sorry I'm in the corner over here today. You guys are so bunched
I'll go
up.
over
I
there.
apologize. But this is just the angle I like, so that's okay. You'll just have to deal with it. All right, here we have this line right here. That represents, do you see that one right there? Okay. before it starts getting really swoopy. So we have this little part coming down. And you could always change it so, like, maybe you want to get something a little bit different. Like maybe you want more of down here, but you could always move it up. It could just be a shorter version. Alright, this comes down here. What's nice though about this is that there are all these like sideways pleatings, so it does help you figure out where am I?
And you deliberately came on the dark side.
Yeah. I don't know, I
You need
came to the dark
You
side.
have more contrast.
More contrast, and I feel like the colors are a little bit more apparent when there is more contrast, so. Down. Now I'm into this other zone here. When I say zone, like here is that piece of lace stuff. So, yeah. Whatever that's called, embellishment.
So it's like beading.
Yeah,
Beading.
that makes more sense.
Yeah. It looks like beads.
Yes.
I was watching Say Yes to the Dress.
Oh, I'm
Goes,
recording, just so you know.
This,
I'm
this
sorry.
dress
Oh, is it still on me?
embezzlement on it.
Yeah, did I move it?
My
I
husband's
don't
like,
know. That's fine. That's fine.
Sorry, should I
Okay.
not talk then?
No, you can totally talk. Please talk. Everyone talk. I'd rather have people talk. I want people to ask questions. I want all of that. Okay, we have, this is that one. We have 1, 2. 1, 2. And don't feel like you have to make things exact. The demo I did yesterday, which was a flower, is all about suggestion. I did record that one
do
too,
you
so.
have that up anywhere, the flower? Can you hang it up?
The physical one,
No, the painting you did.
the oil or the
Yeah.
pastel? Or the
Oh,
watercolor?
either one.
I have the pastel with me today.
I just like to see what people do.
Yeah, makes sense. Cool. All right, here we have that. This is going to be a little off center because I'm looking at it a little bit more of a 3/4 view. Here is more of a shadow. Underside of the boob area. Up here we have the side. And if it helps you to put in these lines, that helps. Because we have front and we have side. It's a very structured piece. And then here we have our little hanger. And I like the shadow of the hanger, look at that. That's another reason why I chose this location, so I get a little bit more of a fun shadow. Okay, so we're gonna start plopping, and since there's not that many darks, I don't need like a black mixed up. If you notice, for the first time, I don't really have a black, but I am gonna start with my darks. So that's pretty much the same color I mixed for my palette. So let's see, we're gonna put in, it's a little too dark, so I'm gonna mix it with my yellowy mixture. I have a little terp. I'm gonna use it very thin down first.
Are you using turp to clean it out?
Yep.
So you don't use turp instead of linseed?
I use terp just for like the initial where am I going layout.
And then you use linseed after that, or you don't?
I use liquid when I use a medium.
Instead, I'll use liquids instead of
Mhm.
linseed. Okay.
But I forgot to put it on my palette today, so I will not be using it.
You know, again, my issue is that the vase is too front and center, but I'm trying to make it flowers.
We have that main one. This whole side is orange shadow. So I'm doing an underpainting right now, pretty much. Here we have a little bit of dark.
Take one tool.
By putting in the tones, you get a little bit more of an understanding of where am I? Because this is still like, I don't know where I am. What's going on?
It's easy to actually lose
I
track
got some reading.
Oh,
when there's so many lines. I
Yeah.
have problems sometimes. I lose track.
absolutely.
I don't want to look weird.
This is a confusing thing. It's not easy.
There's so many folds.
There are so many folds, and I purposely made extra folds. I could have just had it hanging there, but then I was like, well, that's not anything to...
Tell the truth, you always throw your clothes on the floor.
Oh, absolutely. I also live out of a laundry basket. Lately, I've been good about putting them away fairly quickly, though. So I am getting better.
If that had a dark background, would you have done the background first?
No, but not last. That was a good question. But you could. If I was in acrylic, that might be a good idea, because then instant ivory dress, right? This comes down. This whole side's just a little bit darker. Alright, let's start by letting there be lights. So the lights, it's an ivory dress, but there's a really bright yellowy, peachy kind of color. Over here, the cool colored wall is bouncing into the dress, so it's maybe making a little bit more of a cooler color. I am gonna push it even cooler, like kind of like for those of you that remember Wednesday and saw the shirt demo that's hanging up on the wall over there. It's extreme. I did more extreme cools and whatnot, so I will make it a little more extreme here today too. I don't want to make it too much of a rainbow dress, but that would be cool. Wash and dry. Let there be light. Now when I squint my eyes, it's white on white. It's tricky, but back here is just a little bit darker than the actual dress.
Okay, so you put bluish in there.
Yeah, right over here. And I'm gonna go even a little yellowier. On my palette,
This
it
is
looks,
bluish, right, in there?
well, it's too cool. I'm
Okay,
gonna
a
make
little
it-
cool. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's
You're
cool,
gonna
but I wanna
make
warm
it
it up.
warmer.
On my palette, it looked warm enough, but it lied. It didn't tell me the truth. See, now that's more of that ivory.
You have to go up and study it when she's done and all of that.
I'm also painting in the dark.
Yeah, it is pretty dark.
I know, I don't.
Wait a minute, how come the lights, you want me to turn the lights on?
No, because I'll change the dress.
Oh.
I purposely made the lights off
Oh,
because
okay.
it's nicer
Is that natural?
You can see
for,
that.
yeah, otherwise the shadows would just die. And we don't want the shadows to die. And after I'm done with the demo, you're more than welcome.
So you're adding a little bit of yellow.
This is just, I did the yellow and white, and now I'm using my warm white.
If you wanted to make warm white, could you add just like
Yellow ochre with
That's what I was
white.
gonna
Yeah,
say,
it's
just a
really
tiny
not a
bit.
hard color to make, but
It's easier if it just comes right out.
purple. Gotta have the purple.
Take my chair. Okay.
We have many tables and stuff, so you can always. All right. So when I start putting in things like the darks, and when I say dark, they're really not super, super dark, but the cast shadow, that's gonna make it look like instant light dress. Things like over here, it's slightly darker. When you squint your eyes and look at that wall, it's not a white wall.
And what color is that you're using?
It's still that warm white,
Okay, but no yellow in it.
not, yeah, no yellow.
Okay.
I'm just trying to kind of like make it so it covers the pencil lines.
Okay.
I'm still, in my mind, I'm still kind of in that where am I, where are things going stage.
Yes, but I'm glad that I have some fellow citizens like me.
Are you starting trouble, Jackie?
Now what's that down there? Is that a bluish, right?
This is a bluish, yep. It's a little bit of shadow that's on the left side of that embellishment there.
My place, I'm over here.
I told you we were gonna box you in, Jackie.
Folds, I think, are really hard, especially for really light colors like that.
Folds are hard. It's not one of my favorite things to do.
When you're ready, let's finish.
Oh, no, that's fine, I'll be
Oh,
right
that's too blue.
But I guess it's a necessary evil, right?
It's a perfect seat.
It's a beautiful dress. You got married in at your yard, right?
Yeah, my mother's house.
It's a dressy dress for a backyard wedding.
Well, it was like a fancy backyard
Uh-huh.
wedding.
What, you had like tents and all that?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So I'm using that initial first color I plopped in that was very thin, and now I'm just going in and accentuating more of the core of the shadows.
Now,
So
what
even
tone is that, like a brownish maybe?
it's that green, it's the same color as
The
my palette.
greenish.
It's the green gray.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, so even though I started with it very thin, now I'm using it a little bit more opaquely, so that way, it has a little bit more of the power behind it.
Looking at the wedding dresses, okay. I have 3 daughters. They
Oh.
played in my wedding dress. So it's in shreds.
See, I think that's great. I think that's fantastic. I think this year I'm gonna put it on for Mother's Day and take pictures with the boys with it. I think that'd be fun. Right? I don't know, like
Take
what
a
else?
picture with her boys.
They're
and
not gonna
her.
wear my dress. I don't have a daughter.
Well, one day you might have a potential daughter-in-law. I took mine out
Oh,
2
didn't think
weeks
of that.
ago after 40 years for my new daughter-in-law.
Does she wanna wear it?
It was ripped and stained,
Yeah,
but it looked.
But she could utilize a part of it
yeah.
for maybe a clutch or like, I mean, oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna suggest like maybe her undergarments, but that's
Well,
weird.
when she picks out the dress she'll wear, we'll
Then,
see.
yeah, I think that'd be
So
really
now I
cool.
realize, well, I don't know what I'm saving it for now, because it really can't be worn.
See, that's what, I just wanna like
Oh, yes,
run in
it
a
is.
meadow with it.
But it was fun. It was fun just to save for all those years to have that experience.
Yes, that's great. See, I didn't even know that.
I know a use for it. I went as Bride of Frankenstein a couple of years ago.
Oh. That can work.
So now you're putting in the background.
Yes, I just wanna kind of fix the shape. And it's very warm. It might not be this peachy, but I'm the artist and I can do what I want. But it's only warm right here, and that's because of that light source. And then it's gonna slowly start to transition into cool colored world.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Little bits of the pencil showing through, so I'm just going in with my brush and just tweaking some of that. I could also change the shape at this point. You know, maybe it's a little too bulbousy there, so we'll thin it down. And there's all those embellishments that we're gonna stick on there too. This is back to the purple. This is mostly ultramarine with a little
Yeah,
bit
you
of
can
dirty
see.
brush. Whatever color that might be. Now I'm using a very light touch to try to smooth out some of these areas that are a little bit more slick, like they're not crinkled or anything. And then over here we have a little bit more suggested darks. There's a glow happening behind here.
So what
From the
color are
light.
you using for the glow, yellowish? or-
It's this yellow ochre and a little bit of my gray. So really that gray kind of is in almost everything. And that's something I do a lot when I mix colors. I try to make sure that there's a little bit of one color in everything, and that just helps unify it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, things look a little bit detached. right now there's a lot of stuff sitting on this canvas right now. So what I need to make sure that I do is allow it just to kind of, so you could use the word tack up, and then that'll tack up while I do this other side, and then I'll go back in and do the embellishments. So, I know I said I didn't need black, but I'm gonna mix up a very dark color. I'm thinning it down with a lot of turp though, because like right up against the edge here is fairly dark. And I know I'm gonna mix it with other things, so it's not gonna be this dark when I'm done. Okay, wash dry. Let's use some of my blue I have here. Throw a little bit more King's blue in it so it's not too gray. I still want it to have a color. There's always color and shadows. This comes down, this comes over.
Beautiful form. It looks like there's someone in it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's very sculpted. There's a, it wasn't that
Put
comfortable.
shoulders and a head on it, it could be a portrait.
I really wanted to put it on that mannequin, but the mannequin was not having it.
No.
You should have seen me and Judith. We were lifting it up. We were trying to.
Oh, that one on the floor?
No, that's a man.
Yeah,
The woman's over there. Although a man can wear one
Oh,
too.
I see.
That's our little cast
But it is
shadow.
keeping its form just as well.
Yeah. No, it is. It's not like a floppy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go back to that peachy color because there's some of that peach up here. And now that shadow of the hanger is very soft. So I'm gonna plop them and then I'm gonna smush them. And then that will read as a shadow. Now right now, I am doing all of the shadow, not the actual hanger. I did draw in the hanger, however, I'm painting over it right now because for me to go around a hanger shadow and a hanger is just way too much. Who wants to do that?
I wanna see the embellishment.
Yes, that was,
It's the only reason you stick
That's,
around.
that's it, exactly.
Like, I would've left a half hour.
Yeah.
You gotta see how she does the embroidery.
Anybody can do that, it's the embroidery.
What?
Anybody can do that?
That's gonna be the easy part.
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah, you could do that in kindergarten.
Yeah, it's getting on the beating, that's what's exciting. Of course, you may need it.
These would be beautiful illustrations in the Sunday Times.
Yes.
I think it was Lord and Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drawn and painted.
Yeah, they're very
They
cool.
were unbelievable artworks.
There was a woman named Rhoda Yano. She was a pastelist and she's still
Oh,
around.
I remember her.
Yeah, she's
Class years ago.
yeah, she's fantastic. I've modeled for her many times. She did that, what you're just talking about.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
The-
sure.
The
She
Lord
did-
and Taylor drawings?
I don't know if it was Lord and Taylor.
Yeah.
But that
I,
style.
at least I think it was her.
Hmm.
It was someone. Now see how here it's very thinned, and I could always go back in and thicken it up, but for right now, nothing. You guys get the gist.
There's an exhibit at MoMA on early movie posters, and that's some great art. And
The
that's
illustrations.
illustration, art, advertising, everything. And they have German posters and French posters. All
That's
the way
at the
back to
Met?
the silence, yeah. It's on the, like basement floor near where the movie theaters are.
Okay. Okay. Smush the shadow a little bit. Now we'll do the real hanger and then we'll do embellishments. So real hanger, my
They
husband
have
still
silver
hasn't
paint
finished
if you
these.
want it.
No, I'm alright. Because silver is not just silver, it's a mirror. And I'm not using a thin brush, I'm using a flat brush still.
Have you used the same brush the entire time, Heather?
Yeah, I did.
I wanted her to do a video series, One Brush Masterpieces.
It'll happen.
And to film it from the side in slow-mo, actually see.
How do you get such a thin fluid line with that brush?
It's fairly new, so it's still like,
Oh,
whatever that word
I
is.
don't know, my brushes always end up getting shitty.
This one will get crappy, so.
God bless you. God
Bless you.
Oh, that lady sneezing.
I've heard two processes for the brushes. One is using coconut oil, and then the other one is actually dipping it in cream or half and half and letting it dry.
I've heard of that one.
To get it clean.
No, to shape it.
Oh, I've heard
Let
about
dry
to
in
soften
that
it.
position.
Half and half?
Yeah, you need that pass
For how long?
until the next day.
Couldn't you just put it in linseed oil or something?
It doesn't harden.
Yeah, coconut oil, if it gets cool. You want it to harden.
Yes, you want it to harden for shapes.
Then you just wash it off with
Yeah.
water?
I've noticed that cooking, that's all. It's great for
I gotta take a better care of it.
Alright, now I'm gonna use this little brush that you gave me, Noelle.
Okay, so now you're gonna do the embellishments?
Yep.
Cool.
It's the only reason I came.
Oh,
Get started.
you guys are torturing.
So what are you
me.
using for that?
I'm using my dark color with a little brush and I'm just dilly-dallying, doodadding. The
How
darks.
did I get it to sparkle?
The dark part of
You
the
need to have
of the
those dots of
embroidery.
white, yeah.
She's
So,
gonna use
I want the
glitter.
sparkle.
Ah, okay.
the sparkle is all about those whites. Those whites will stand out if everything around it is fairly dark.
So you need the dark background first.
Yeah.
No yellow or anything to make it?
Well, right now I'm just doing the shadows of
Oh.
the velvet.
Where the light is hitting the crystals.
Yeah,
Not
not
yellow.
just cover it really quick.
Sure. This is still just with that dark, this color right here. This is the
Yeah.
color that I'm sketching with right now. And then over here we have a bunch.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, you would do every little exact bead on this, Noelle. Not me. And you would do it awesomely. But if I did that right now, we'd be here till like next week.
I was looking at Andrew Weil's Christina's World on Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Checking out every blade of grass and where we put the clover in the
Oh,
field.
God.
It's a
Yeah.
great book about, it's fictionalized, but it's a great book about, him moving, you know,
Oh, into the house?
into the house, not moving into it, but literally spending.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called,
Christina's World.
a place on this earth, or something like that.
Who wrote it?
By, Christina Baker Klein.
Christina
Baker Klein.
Yeah, the woman who wrote Orphan Train.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This was her next book. I think it's called A Place in the Earth, or something with the word place in earth. It's a terrific story. She was
Klein,
crippled.
K-L-I-N-E?
K-L-I-N-E, yeah, she was crippled, Christina. She wasn't lying on the grass, that's how she got around.
Right.
She
Yeah, the mom.
grabbed
Oh,
her
wow.
body with her arms.
That's really interesting. That makes more sense now.
That's
Okay.
in Maine, I think, right?
It was in Maine, yes.
Yeah.
And they went there on their summers.
I don't know why I thought it was near Chad's Ford.
That's where his home is.
No, it was in Maine.
Yeah. Yeah, I watch a show sometimes, aerial states, yeah, aerial Maine, aerial New Jersey, aerial Pennsylvania, and they tell you about the history of different cities and areas, and they had the Christina's World on that, and they showed the house, and
That's
like
cool.
we said, pretty much what you're saying.
I'm
It was
just
kind
still
of
wiggling.
interesting how it just captivated me. It was a very ordinary, very poor
Yeah, we want.
house, and it just somehow captivated him, and
But it's not actually kinda interesting.
Well, it's setting, like, on the rise.
Yes, the
The
setting
age is very
and the
captivating.
idea that she lived in
Oh,
there.
from your father's side.
We had two things. She was no running water. It was triple
Oh,
line.
yeah,
It was
you're
like
lucky.
this
That's
whole
when they do mine. Mine's really
wild.
far. It's easier to do an English-speaking country. Mine's not an English-speaking country, so.
It was very funny because
I mean, I know the language.
Christina Baker-Klein lived in Marshmere.
Oh, isn't that cool?
Completely coincidentally, my niece happened to buy her house.
Yeah.
Even more coincidentally, I was in.
Yeah, Cornwall's with the, more the American kind of accent. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, Cornwall's Cornish. Never mind, I'm thinking of
Such a
something.
great time. So we walk in and there are all these persons that greet you and it doesn't come separate to us and how you doing, folks? She said, Christina Baker. And I'm like, my niece just bought her house. I mean, literally, she closed on it like a month before. I said, how in the world? And she said, I was the deficit living.
It's the white,
with
yeah.
a white house. And I
The white
helped
is
her
what,
with
you know,
research
does
of
it.
this book, Piece of the Earth. That was amazing. That's the name of the book, A Piece
Wow.
of the Earth.
Wow, that means
Talk
your
about,
arms stand up.
I'm like, oh my God. I mean, what a coincidence of all the docents.
Beautiful, that makes it look really weddingy.
Drapery.
Yeah, the sparkle.
One of my
Yeah.
patients' parents bought Hopper's house in Cape Cod, and his wife had left a lot of drawings behind that went with the house. No,
I'm sure by accident.
no.
Really? Like, take these, please, I don't want them.
Like, he didn't need it, he was a multi-millionaire, he invented the chips for the credit cards.
The guy who bought the house.
They just,
Yeah. I love those stories.
So
People
money was
who-
no object, like, you don't need this to sell.
What's that,
another
more
portion.
shadow of the hanger, or?
This is the top bead line.
Oh,
I
I
put the
see.
darks in first.
Okay, you put beads in there too.
Then I'll do dots of white on top.
Easily write checks for $10 million.
Easier with acrylic because it's wet on
My
wet.
name is Delaney. One day I asked my boss, I said, where's some money from? My boss, she said, I think you invented the thing that makes the flame go up.
One of my patients invented carnation as the breakfast.
Wow.
I know someone who invented the ear piercer.
Yeah.
This
Wow.
one up here, and a gazillionaire.
We're gonna start that.
Beautiful. All right, so that's, I mean, kind of the gist. I'm gonna go in and tweak a few things, but yeah, the embellishments are really just all about putting down a darker base and then putting in those white dots. That is all. So,
And Mark Kirkpatrick.
I could sit here all day. All right. Are there any questions? Yada yada yada. No. Okay. So now you get to create.
Oh, and that's where you put that up.
Yeah, it's hard to see, especially since I'm like working in the shadow, but it's there.
How you use the color. I love that. With the animals too.
And I could have even added more, but don't be scared of the dark. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist. So yeah, if you guys want to take a picture of it or whatever, go for it. It is all you.
Yeah, I was gonna check out your palette.
Yes, take a picture of it. It's all very light toned. It's not really anything that's too dark.
So you have a warm white with some yellow in it?
Yep. Purpley.
Yeah, is that a warm white with purple or
This is purple with a little bit of like this stuff in it, just so it's not so loud.
this stuff?
That stuff.
This stuff is, burnt umber, ultramarine, and white? Or-
And some yellow and some sap, some yellow ochre and sap.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We'll try.
All right, you got
This
this.
was great. Oh, and I have a show in June.
Oh, good. Where?
In Montclair.
Oh, nice. So wait, what happened? It wasn't supposed to be like everyone, or is that a different one?
I'm sorry?
Is it just you?
No. It's 4 old guys that got into painting when they retired.
Just guys?
Yeah, guys.
Oh, what happened to the whole everyone thing?
Well, this is my 6th show that I'm putting on this since I started the program for emerging artists.
Okay.
And so the curators thought this would be different,
Yeah.
old guys
Really cool.
doing this in retirement.
All right, I'm gonna go get my shake and then I'm making rounds. So watch out, everyone.